Hey, what's up guys and gals? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first video. My name is Matt Samolsky. I'm Matt the Carguy. On this channel I do car reviews, and let me introduce you to the star of today's video. This is Mr. G, or like a lot of people call it, Geländewagen, or a G63 AMG. This is the big daddy. I've done the G550 a few months ago, but that was just a base one. This is what everybody wants. I can't believe the vehicle that is in excess of $200,000 is so popular as this one. So we're going to take a look today. I'm going to take you on the tour of this vehicle. We're going to check out what makes it so special, what makes it so interesting, what makes people want to buy it. So if you're ready, let's go. Well guys, so we're going to start right up front of this vehicle and we're going to check this out. Well, first of all, what makes it so special? A lot of people that I know don't even like the shape of it. They think it's kind of old looking, and maybe that's what makes it special. But first of all, the G-Wagon started in the 70s when they were produced for military purposes, and now as they evolved and they started getting attention of the rich and famous, the amenities started getting better and nicer, and leather interiors and this and that, and all of a sudden now this is over $200,000 and people are lining up to get it. So the look of this vehicle remains pretty much unchanged. I mean, of course, everything is new, re-engineered. You know, look at the lights. I mean, the lights are still round, but this is not the same lights. They're high-intensity LED lights with this LED light signature right around here. Okay, and here, look at this big Mercedes star right here. That's where all of the technology hides, right behind it, for the driver's assist and dynamic cruise control and so on and so forth. There's even a camera right in here. This is your front camera. And you know, all of the AMGs for the G-Wagons come with this brush guard. Although I can guarantee you that 99.9% of people will probably never leave a paved road with the SUV like this, but it does have it, and that kind of reminds you of its off-road capabilities, and it does have some. I'm not sure if the sport tires that are on this one are going to be the best for off-roading, but we'll get to that. Right, I also like this turn signal that's right on top of the hood. Basically, it's the same thing as it was on the early generation ones, and I think it serves a dual purpose. First of all, the turn signal, that's its main purpose, but also like a corner indicator. Now, this is just my theory. When you sit up there in the driver's seat and you look at this, you know that you probably have about a foot before you actually hit something. Now, with the new technology and the camera up front, you probably don't need it for that purpose, but if you want to use it for that, great. It does have this yellow reflector right here, and a nice sticking out flares, you know, those fender flares over the wheels in here. But you know what's very special about the 63 is the engine that Mercedes puts in this boxy SUV that basically looks like your wardrobe. Okay, the hood is open. Let's check out what's underneath here. And this is a Mercedes-Benz 63 engine. Now this is the AMG V8 4-liter bi-turbo, 577 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 9-speed speed shift automatic transmission, capable of sending this very aerodynamic car 0 to 60 in just 4.5 seconds, according to Mercedes. Now, of course, I'm being facetious about telling that it's very aerodynamic, because my wardrobe is probably more aerodynamic than this car itself. Nicely handcrafted by Stefan Heilig. That's the name of a technician, mechanic, who put it together, proudly displaying his name on this plaque right on top of this engine. And of course, you know, I don't have to say that it does have the hydraulic struts. It would be a shame if it didn't with that price tag. So let's continue the tour of this G-Wagon. Well guys, let's look at this very aerodynamic vehicle, and I'm just laughing about it, but I love square cars, and I really like that Mercedes engineers work really hard to keep the original look of the G-Wagon and incorporate it into this brand new model. Now this is all modern vehicle, but it still has the so typical to the G-Wagon features. Look at this fender flares right here. Yeah, the original one had a little bit the smaller ones, but because of the size of the wheels and because of the a little bit of wider stance, this is 5 inches wider than the previous generation ones. To accommodate and cover the tires that are on here, it has to be extended a little bit. So 22-inch rims on this particular one. Look at the size of the calipers, the red calipers, AMG logo on it, the rotors that are drilled for maximum cooling right here. Now this one has the performance tires, so those are Scorpion Zero tires, and those are 295 by 40, and 22 is the size of the rim. What also is very interesting on the G-Wagons are the exposed hinges that are right here. AMG V8 bi-turbo, you know, you're looking at the V8 at the AMG model right here. Another cool feature, if you look right on top of here, it looks like Mercedes kept the rain gutters from the G-Wagons of the past. Now this is not very usual. You don't see any of the cars with the exposed rain gutters that are sticking out of the car like this one does. And you know, they also kept this trim pieces right here all alongside the car. Fixed running boards, okay, a little bit of chrome in here, and you know, the windows very straight up, okay, pretty much, you know, square 1, 2, 3 windows in here. It looks like it's gonna have some decent visibility. We'll take a look at this. But also what's very unique to the AMG is the placement of the exhaust. So it does have the dual exhaust and the dual tips on each side, one on each side of the vehicle, and you can see them right here. Engine sounds really good. I'm actually going to turn it on and rev it up so you can hear it in just a little bit. But let's move on to the back and see how the back of this vehicle looks like. Okay, so in the back, I mean, they kept the spare tire right outside of this vehicle, and it's probably a smart move, because if they put it inside, there would be no room for anything else. But this big hardcover for the spare tire, G63 on one side. It has the modern LED lights that look like the older lights that came on it. Of course, you know, you have the parking sensors, the backup sensors in here. There's a little bit of reflector lights going on in here. You have a little step in here for if you wanted to, I don't know, look at the roof and how it looks like. Right on top of this glass right here, you have the LED light. What's also modern in here, this part right here, okay, opens up, and that's your backup camera. Right in here, you have your tow hitch. Now it's capable of towing about 7,000 pounds, so it's not bad if you have a small, nice wooden boat on Lake Como or something like this, that you can take that with. So that's the back of it. Now, what's interesting too, now there's hinges that are exposed on this side, but the gate on most of the SUVs opens up like this. There's certainly, I think it's only two right now. One of them is the Lexus GX, I believe, that still opens to the side, and then it's this. So if you open it up, it exposes the interior of this car. The drawback to that, of course, there's two actually. A, it's pretty heavy, because it's not only the door, but it actually has this big spare tire, full-size spare tire mounted on it. So it is pretty heavy, and it's not power opening on that. And also, you know, if you are parked close to something, you can't open it because that takes up so much room in here. But nevertheless, let's take a look and see what the interior looks like. Okay, now, so this is your first indication that we're looking at actually a luxury vehicle, because, you know, on the outside is, you know, it looks pretty rugged. I mean, even though it's modern, but if you open this and you can see that this is like a cross-stitched leather on the interior and a nice light interior of this vehicle. Let's check this out. However, it does not have tons of room. It does have enough for, you know, your regular everyday use, but if you wanted to carry something bigger, then you probably might have an issue with this. And that's, you know, partly because of, you know, those wheel wells right here. You can see right behind this where all the suspension and the wheels are, so they couldn't do anything else with it. Now, this doesn't open, okay? This is a fixed floor, and the seats do fall down. Now, I don't see any releases. Well, there you go. So I have one part of the seat folded down, and I gotta tell you, it's a two-part process. First, you have to release the bottom of the seat and lean it against the front seats, and then you can lower the back of the seat in here. So as you can see, it adds quite a bit of room, but again, you know, this is probably not what this car is meant to be, you know, as far as carrying stuff in here other than people. So we'll move on and we'll check out the roominess inside. So let's check out. This is how the seats fall down. So I'm going to show you how to put it back up. Okay, easy peasy. Let's see if they're comfortable. All right, well, so the seats are comfortable. They're nice, soft leather. There's plenty of headroom. The car is pretty tall. This SUV is pretty tall, so it's got plenty of room above my head. I do have enough shoulder room. I do have enough knee room in front of me, so there's no issue in here for a 6-foot adult. Now I'm going to show you how the rest of the interior looks like right now. All right, a couple things worth mentioning. First of all, this is the same cross-stitched leather, Nappa leather, as we've seen on the back gate. Now we also have the real aluminum. This is the carbon fiber trim Burmeister stereo. Now these have the heated rear seats. They're also available ventilated, which this one doesn't have that option. You have this AMG logo right on the door sill at the bottom in here. And let's take a look at the interior of this vehicle right here. Very nice, comfortable seats. Okay, so this part right here opens up. Okay, you have the cup holders inside of it, or you can put a third person in here. It does have 3 seat belts in the back. Pockets in the seat backs right here. And then what we have controls for the fan and controls for the temperature right here, displays on this little screen in here, and the round air vents for the interior. Now if you look at the top of here, okay, it doesn't have a panoramic sunroof, just a regular sunroof, but this is the Alcantara headliner. Okay, this is an extra option for most of the Mercedes-Benz vehicles. Well, all right, so what certainly makes any G-Wagon unique, is other than its look, is the sound of its door, and the sound not only of the door but the lock. Hear this. Now they don't have the keyless go, so you actually have to press the button, open the door. But did you hear that, how it opens? Let's hear how it closes. So it closes. I mean, it's very utilitarian. It's very unique sound of it. And what do we have on here? This door, obviously the same trim as on the back. So you have a little bit of aluminum, leather. You have the carbon fiber, Burmeister stereo. Now you have the heated, ventilated seats, lock on lock. That's where your windows and door and mirror controls are. You have the AMG sill right in here, and then you have this Mercedes-Benz, and it says shockle-proofed. Basically, that's a course. That's like a mountain course in Austria by Gaza, where the factory is, where they test them for off-road capabilities, and they receive the badge because they're really capable off-road. But like I mentioned before, 99.9% will never see anything but pavement in here. What do we have on the left side of the steering wheel? Now we have plenty of blank spaces in here, so there's other options available, but you have your light control, your dimmer control, your fog lights, you have your lane keep assist, and you can turn your parking sensors off, as well as you have your electronic parking brake in here. And let's check out the seats. Okay, nice Nappa leather seats, AMG logo right here. Take a look. This is a beautiful, beautiful interior. Now it also has this extension, the knee support right here, and basically see how they pops open. It extends to help you with your knee support. Okay, you even has this little stitched leather piece right there, and this place right in here, okay, it looks just like a little crease in here. That's where like all your ambient lighting is, so that looks actually pretty cool. Well, let's jump in and let's see what else is in here. Well, let's check this out. The Mercedes transport this utility military vehicle into one of the most sought after luxury vehicles on the road. So first of all, let's take a quick glance in this interior before we start it or do anything. So as you can see, I mean, it still looks kind of utilitarian, but with all of the luxury amenities. Look, leather wrapped dashboard right here, leather wrapped handle, grab handle right here with the carbon fiber trim. Now all aluminum trim right in here, and those two big screens, part of this MBUX system. I'll start it up in just a little bit to show you off what it looks like when it's lit and what features are on it. But let's take a look at the steering wheel. Okay, flat bottom steering wheel, AMG right here. I even have that stripe right in the middle here, and then you have controls for both screens. This is for the screen right here, and this is for the screen right there. Up and down, pedal shifters. You can switch it to a manual mode and use the pedal shifters instead of trusting the automatic transmission if you don't want to do it. And look at the console in here. Now, this model does have, you know, a regular cup holders, and they were able to make this wider to incorporate the regular size cup holders that are actually right here. Wireless charging right there. There's your, and close that up. Now, what another difference between the regular G and this one? Look at this. It's the IWC watch, the clock right here. IWC clock right in the middle of it. Very expensive, very distinctive looking, and very Mercedes-Benz. And look at all this carbon fiber right here, and that's where you control the screens right in here. Now, the only thing that I wish that they upgraded is that they would make both screens, well, this screen touchscreen, which it's not. But let's hit the magic button. Let's see how it lights up, and let's see where the magic happens. Oh, did you hear that door close? That's so typical for the Benz. Let's turn off the radio because we can't really listen to it. Well, let's keep this on. AMG, nice screen. This is still the command system. So this is actually the older system that Mercedes had. See, this is not a touchscreen, but what's pretty cool, look at this. This one even has that IWC displayed on the dashboard in here. And if you look up here, you can see a little bit of that purple ambient lighting. You can see a little bit in here as well, and it looks absolutely awesome when the when it's at night, so you can see all the vivid colors that you can set up on here. But what I want to do is I really want to get into some of the features in here. First of all, I have my doors that are not locked. See, the one thing is the placement of the door handle. It's a little bit too low, if you ask me. It's right by my knees. All right, let's take a look. Now you have several different options that you can control through here. Okay, we've seen it on many other ones. I'm not going to go through all of them. Media phone designs, you can change your designs from sport, which was in right now, classic or progressive. I personally, I think on this particular car, I would go with just a regular design in here. Phone, that's what displays in the middle in here. Media, radio, navigation. Okay, just tells you the direction of travel, stuff like this. So this one is really functional, really nice, but it's not this new generation MBUX you see on some of the other ones. All right, let's move over really quick and let's see what we have here. A little bit different controls. Now you still have this dial control right here. See that you can twist it and dial, and basically it changes, like in this particular case, the radio stations in here. But okay, we'll go to the main screen and let's see what else is here. So the navigation system, radio, media, phone, connect, vehicle, and system. Let's see what we have as far as the vehicle settings. Seats, okay, driver's seat. Okay, we can set up a massage, which is awesome. Okay, and then there's several different features of the massage: hot, relaxing back, shoulder, activating massage, classic massage. This is so cool having it in the vehicle. Dynamic seats. See, right now I told you that this has this dynamic seats, and then you can actually set them up to level 1, level 2, or turn them off if you don't like them. But basically what it does is the bolsters on the seats adjust, so it helps you be kept in the seat basically versus flying off during a fast speed maneuvers. Not that you want to do a 90-degree corner with this at 60 miles per hour. You probably will flip, but you know, maybe you'll stay in your seat then. Okay, well, let's go back here. So lumbar support, several different features that are available in here. Climate control, dynamic select. Okay, that's basically, you can do the individual configuration for the drive, transmission, dynamics, and all that stuff. Look at this, how it changes. Okay, so here, as you drive, you can have a dynamic sport, moderate, or reduced depending on what type of driving you're doing. Then transmission, okay, you can have manual or dynamic, dynamics of the vehicle, pro, advanced, or basics. Okay, these are the AMG dynamics. Suspension, comfort, sport, and sport plus. Exhaust system, powerful or balanced. Of course, we want a powerful, we want to be heard where we're going. ESP. Okay, so this electronic stability, that you can be on or off. Okay, and then we go back to the main screen. Tons of different configurations for the vehicle, tons of different configurations for the systems. You can customize it to the way you like it. Display and designs, input, audio, connectivity, Bluetooth devices, command, touch, language, units, time and date, so on and so forth. Okay, you can play with it for many minutes and still not get to the bottom of it. Navigation system. Okay, let's see if this one has the live traffic. Okay, you can zoom it in or out. Destinations, route and position, options, waypoints, and info. I'm just looking to see if it has this augmented reality navigation where it displays the video through the camera in front and tells you where to turn, but this one doesn't seem like it has it. Anyway, so that's your command system. That's a little bit the older generation. Like I said, it's not a touchscreen, so you have to control it through either here or here and here, but that's not the end of the world. Now, to remind you of the off-road capabilities of this vehicle, Mercedes left these 3 buttons right here, 1, 2, and 3. They're even marked. So what this is, those are the differential locks. This is the front, middle, or center, and rear. And you can lock any of the differential locks only if you're in the situations where the vehicle is stuck, or if you're in kind of some extreme off-roading conditions. Don't do it just to lock it. Probably won't do it. I don't want to try it, but at the bottom in here, you have a bunch of shortcuts for your heating, ventilating, air conditioning system, basically. And this is your menu. When you hit that, basically it displays right in here. And it displays a picture of a G-Wagon interior. So it displays the picture of actually this vehicle right here. And at the bottom, you have the shortcuts for navigation, radio, media, telephone, and you have your hazard lights in here. So that's basically your interior in here. Some shortcuts button in here. This is where you change the driving modes, the dynamic select, and let's see what we have. So we have, look at this, individual, where somebody put the powerful exhaust, slippery, comfort, sport, and sport plus. again, you can hear that exhaust. And by the way, I turned that navigation on. As you can see on the right hand side, that's where the tachometer is. That's where the navigation displays right here. And on the left hand side, you can see your regular speedometer right there. You can see which gear you're in. Of course, it says S plus for the driving mode, and then the AMG right here. What I want to check out is that camera. Now that camera, I showed you the little piece right underneath that spare tire that opens up, and that's simply to cover the camera and keep it from the elements. So if you put it in reverse, here you go, you can still see a little bit of that wheel on the back, so that tells you the camera is right there, and you can see the top of the vehicle you're sitting in. I'm not sure if all of them are black, but this is a black G-Wagon, and we can see a black G-Wagon right on the screen in here, which is pretty cool. Now, of course, it does have the trajectory line that move as I move the steering wheel, and it is a top view camera. It has several different view modes right here, so you can see the top view, like if you have a trailer wide view. Oh, I forgot, it's a not a touchscreen. So here, the top view for the trailer, I can see the wider view. I can see this right here, the side view for this. And this is important. Look at this. I'm going to turn the wheel. See how the wheels are turning? So you can see if you're not going to hit something with the wheel, or if you're not going to hit something while backing up. That's a pretty cool feature right in here. Front view camera, front view wide angle, and then you have also this option of park assist, okay, which we're not going to do it. I did it on the GLE. Check out that video. That was a pretty cool demonstration of it, I think. And we'll go back, we'll get out of the reverse, we'll go back in here. Let's check out what other options we have as far as the shortcuts by this control. So you have the dynamic select. That's where your modes are changed. This is your transmission, so you can change it into manual mode, or you can change it into regular automatic mode right here. You have a suspension. Basically, it gives you a sport. This is comfort right now. Sport and Sport Plus. That's your suspension setting. This is your traction control. You can turn it on or off. Low range, again, if you're off-roading, you might find it useful, but don't do it just to do it. And then your park assist, your performance exhaust, which makes a huge difference on the vehicle. And this is your volume control, as well as the on-off button for the main screen right here. So you can turn that off completely if you'd like to. So this is basically it. A couple more features. I want to see if it doesn't have that rear mirror camera, but I gotta tell you, I mean, because it's so tall, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but the visibility, because of that spare tire in the back, I mean, it could be better. I think this is one of the vehicles that could benefit from that rear view camera in the back. Look at the surround sound right here for your Burmeister stereo, and then you have this beautiful Alcantara headliner on this vehicle right here, and a whole bunch of options in here. This is basically for your lights, the way that the lights are on or off. Now the reading lights, whether the lights are on, whether the door is open, and so on and so on. This is your help button. This is for your Mercedes Me. So this is the interior of this 2021 Big Daddy G-Wagon G63 AMG. I'm ready to take this for a spin and see if this utilitarian military luxury vehicle drives as good as it looks. Well guys, I'm behind the wheel, the engine is running, I'm ready to go, take it for a spin. One thing I want to tell you, and I couldn't really show it to you because of the way that the YouTube copyright issues work. If I play the music, they'll flag my video. So I can't really play the music, but the stereo is absolutely amazing in this car. This is the high-end Burmeister stereo system that's on this particular vehicle, and it sounds absolutely amazing. You have to take my word for it. If you don't believe it, go to a local dealership, or maybe if you're in Illinois, check out the guys at the Mercedes-Benz of Hoffman Estates. These cars are impossible to get. I mean, there's a waiting line on it. So I will post all of the equipment on this particular one and post it underneath this video, and post the MSRP. Now keep in mind that the price of the vehicle is dictated by the market, so there's dealers that are charging way more than the sticker price of this vehicle. I'm not getting into pricing in it. I'm just going to show you of what the MSRP is and what all of the equipment on this vehicle, on this particular vehicle is. If you want to check out their pricing, go to their website, give Peter a call. He's going to be able to help you out. They have plenty of them available. As a matter of fact, take a look here. All right, we're back. Now we're back from the G-Wagon heaven. Okay, you've seen, plenty of them, obviously. I'm on Mercedes website, and I gotta tell you, this is not a huge vehicle dimension-wise, okay? It is 192 inches long, so that's about the size of the Honda Pilot or maybe a Toyota Highlander, etc., just for a comparison. It is about 86 inches wide. Okay, and it is 77 inches tall, so it's very tall. But as far as the width of this vehicle and the length of it, it's about the size of the mid-size SUV, and it has this massive engine, 577 horsepower, 4.5 0 to 60, etc., etc. Gas mileage, yeah, there's going to be some sacrifices there. 13 in the city, 16 on the expressway if you're lucky. And price, okay. We talked about the price, but this vehicle starts with a starting MSRP of $156,450 for the base G63 AMG. Now, a lot of vehicles as equipped can easily get to upper 100s, and some of them even over that. And they can sell for a lot more than that. So what makes this vehicle so special? We started off with this question, and I think it's the uniqueness of it. It's the engineering, it's the brand that's behind it, Mercedes-Benz, the prestige, the status, hey, I want to be different and I want people to know about it. And obviously the capability of this vehicle is going to be another one. Now, we're not going to test it off-road, most of the people won't, but I'm going to take it on the road and see how this vehicle drives on the road. I already tested the rear view camera, so I'm not going to do it again. Okay. Okay, are we able to make a full donut on it? And no, we actually don't want to scratch up those big nice blackened wheels in here, so I have to actually do a double take. So as far as the turning radius, there's a little bit, or it's on the larger side, okay, so it doesn't turn on the dime. But are we in sport mode? Yes. Are we in sport plus mode? Now we are. Okay, so let's hit it. Let's see how this thing moves. Well, I gotta tell you guys, this feels pretty amazing. Did you hear that sound? I know it's speaker enhanced. I just can't, you can hear the power of the V8, and you can hear that crackle. You can hear that a little bit of that rev matching. It's absolutely amazing. Now it's on the aggressive side, because you can definitely hear, or you can see, hopefully with this camera right here, that the car jumps up as soon as you hit that accelerator. You can feel the power, you can feel this vehicle taking off. It's not even the performance of it. I mean, I've tested the TRX, okay, this big, powerful 700 horsepower truck, and it's faster than this too. And it's not the most aerodynamic car ever, but when you see the G-Wagon, when you see it from the exterior, you really don't expect this to be a sport vehicle. You can probably expect it faster to be like on top of the mountain or on the trail or doing something, but not accelerating like this. And in all honesty, it feels really good on the interior. It feels very luxurious, so you don't even feel like you're, you know, sitting in this square SUV. What I like about this is the squareness of it. And I can tell you, I told you in the beginning, those turn signals, they're perfect, like the corner markers. You can see where the vehicle ends. The visibility on the sides, the front is great. If you look in the rear, I mean, you can still have a few blind spots, and that spare tire is blocking a little bit off that back window. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty cool. And on the regular driving, it's really nice. Now we're still in the Sport Plus. I'm gonna switch it to the regular comfort mode. Okay, and I could, like, I don't know how to describe it to you guys, but I can feel the vehicle relaxed. Okay, the suspension got a little bit softer. The vehicle is not as aggressive. The tune of the exhaust went down. You can't hear that growl anymore. I mean, here we accelerate with this and you can certainly still hear it, but it's not as aggressive as it was before. Well, the one thing, you know, obviously you can see that this vehicle is tall, okay, so never ever recommend trying to take a corner at the higher speed. You will flip it. I don't care what people say, how low the center of gravity is. I mean, this will end up on the side if you press it too much. But overall, a great vehicle, a great looking one. I mean, if this is up your alley, and of course if you can afford it, because this is a very expensive vehicle, then certainly I understand why people are looking for it. They're lining up for it. Now I'll give it a huge thumbs up, guys. Thank you for watching another one of my videos. Thank you to Mercedes-Benz of Hoffman Estates for letting me film another one of their vehicles. And check out the rest of my channel. Consider subscribing, smash that like button, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.